KotOR, is the ship prepared? Yes?
Well, good. Let us get off here then. Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Let us leave this long abandoned, it's the thoroughly cleaned out space. Well, not space, a military base. It's an old military base. On this old shuttle that KotOR has prepared for us. This old orbital shuttle doesn't have a hyperdrive, but it can get you out of the restoration zone.
Very well. Let's gather the crew. Take the ship. To the shielded mesa of the Telos polar region. Well, that was a thoroughly unpleasant diversion. Now, on to our goal. No, I will not miss the wildlife.
Statement. We have arrived too late. The target has evaded us. We must pursue it. Observation. They have likely escaped aboard the orbital shuttle that has been docked here. The bay control computer likely will have a record of their departure. Query. Have you discovered anything about the shuttle's course? Answer. I have managed to track the shuttle's movement across the SHIELD network. However, the SHIELD network does not stretch over the polar region, which was the shuttle's apparent destination. Statement. Dispatch a unit to the polar region with the last known coordinates and approximate path of the shuttle. They will not escape us again.
Well, this can't be any worse than last time. So that's the hole in the SHIELD network, huh? Doesn't look like much to me.
Well, it's certainly polar, and that certainly looks suspect. Atten, what is that noise? I hear beeping!
You've got to be kidding me.
Atten,
It's not my fault.
everything's beeping again. No, not again!
Egotistic praise. An excellent shot, even with the prevailing winds. I couldn't have done it better myself.
I know that voice.
Field assessment. I've picked up on the heat forms of the Jedi and his allies. Activate the mines and prime the self-destruct sequences.
Oh no. Well, you are all still alive.
Relieved statement. Oh, Jedi, it is good to see you intact. We were concerned that shooting down your shuttle would damage you irreparably. Quick clarification, but now that we have found you, we hope that we can facilitate communications. Unnecessary addendum. And put an end to hostilities.
Why do I see you three again? Three? I thought there was just one. How many of you are there?
Chiding statement. Oh, Jedi. There are as many of us as are needed to capture or kill our targets. Egotistical boast. And there are far more of us than any one Jedi. Destroy one of us, and more shall rise from the wreckage. Unnecessary threat. And our attack protocols are more than a match for you and your allies.
So there, you just recreate yourself then? What are you assassin droids doing here then?
Self-evident answer. Wherever you try to run, we will be there, armed and ready. Rhetorical query. So the query you have posed to us is one we put to you. What are you doing here, we wonder?
None of your business. And why did you shoot us down then?
Unnecessary clarification. We merely wish to cripple your vessel. Once we tracked your coordinates, we were able to deploy several droids in this location. Probing query. We are, however, curious as to why you chose to come to the remnants of the polar Telos irrigation system. There is nothing here that our instruments can detect. Eager threat. But we are looking forward to extracting your motives for coming here when we place you in torture restraints.
Destroying you was easy enough. Wiping out 3 of you might cause me to break a sweat were I not freezing every part of my body off right now.
And so, yes, it seems we are not yet done with the HK droid. There are more of them. Much more than we suspected. This is problematic. There's one of the mines. Let's finish up that mine. Alright, good. Now
more where that came from.
Alright, that's one down.
More where that came from.
Oh, they're damn good shots, these droids. We got it.
Let's settle this.
Right, let's finish that.
Failing master.
So, we are quite different climes indeed. What do we have here? An HK control cluster.
Well, I guess a positive side is that with all these droids coming after me, I won't run out of HK parts anytime soon.
So yes, these are all nice droid upgrades. Sadly, we don't have a droid character just yet to go with. So this is just a very, yeah, ominous and natural, strange old frozen plateau. Though I did say this was an irrigation system of some kind. Let's see, where's Beadur? I need to get him up. Oh, there he is. Beadur looks as if he's been knocked unconscious by the explosion. If you can find refuge, then she should recover in time. Alright, so we need to find some shelter from this very, very icy cold. And I don't think it's inside this shuttle anymore. It seems indeed quite empty. Beautiful in a way. Yes. So it's a nice polar region with the mountains and everything. And the strange stone pillars. Yes, this looks quite ornate. I almost saw, yeah, we saw the shimmer of the shield generator when it came flying in. So there's obviously something being protected here indeed. Well, and I guess that's the only thing that sticks out on this plateau. A little hill. Ah yes! With an oh, this is not a hill. This is some kind of service station or elevator. Let's see if we can go in there.
Oh yes, we should get back to Beadur once we're inside.
Well, I can imagine why those clothes would blend in into this environment. Very stealthy. And, well, this seems like a trap or an ambush.
Lay down your weapons, and you shall not be harmed.
Who are you exactly? Then I'll be able to decide if you're speaking the truth.
I will not warn you again. Drop your weapons, or we shall take them from you.
Do as they say. I sense people come to no harm.
If you say so, Kreia, I'll play along. For now.
Why is it that everywhere we go, I end up in a cell? I mean, why did they lock us up? What is this place?
It is a training ground for Jedi.
What? This ice hole?
Yes, it bears the semblance of an academy. But where are all the students? Curious.
You've got to be joking. What is a Jedi Academy doing out here in the middle of nowhere?
It is a place hidden from the galaxy like the academy on Dantooine. But this place... Oh, Atris, you have been clever.
Atris?
It's none of your concern.
Well, the sooner we're out of here, the better. 2 crazy Jedi are more than enough for me. No one told me we were going to be dumped in a nest of Jedi.
And what is it about this place that causes you such fear?
What do you mean? We're in the middle of a bunch of Jedi. You know how they are.
No, I do not. Not in the way you seem to.
What? What are you doing? Get out of my head!
Stop struggling. Let me follow the current. Deep, deeper to its source.
Stop! Stop! Ah!
Ah, with the fear is mingled guilt. It squirms in you like a worm. And the why? Ah, and there is its heart. You surprise me. I could not feel it before. Your feelings are a powerful shield indeed. Do not worry, Atten. If he is a Jedi, he will forgive. And if he is not, he will not care.
You can't tell him, please. I'm asking you. I don't want him to...
Think less of you. I hardly think that's possible. Still, there is no shame in what you ask. We all wage war with the past, and it leaves its scars. I will not speak of yours, Atten, but there is a price for such things.
What? What price?
There are those who wage war and those who follow them. You are a crude thing, murderer, but you have your uses. You know how important this man we travel with is. Even one such as you can feel it. You will serve him until I release you.
And if I refuse?
You will not. If you do, then my silence will be broken. And then, Atten, you will be broken. You fear the Jedi, and rightly so. If Atris learns of your choices, you will never leave this place. But whatever fear you hold of the Jedi, know that if you disobey me, that my punishment will make you beg for the death that has long hounded you. Wipe the fear from your mind. You will not find blind obedience a difficult master. You chose it once. You will learn to embrace it again.
I don't know how you became such a manipulative witch, but why a vicious old scow like yourself would even bother with me is a bigger mystery.
No game of Dejaric can be won without pawns, and this may prove to be a very long game. You are a slippery one. Your thoughts difficult for even one such as I to read. I suspect the self-loathing that squirms within you gives you a curious strength. Your spirit, as diseased as it is, refuses to allow you to give up, no matter what threats you face and whatever wreckage you leave behind you. I feel you have crossed our path for a reason. Perhaps even you, at the right moment, may be able to turn aside disaster. If so, your potential is not yet spent.
Fine. I'll be your pawn. But I still think you've got the wrong man.
Perhaps. But someone has to fly the ship, and the Force is a hard thing to predict. You have crossed our path for a reason. Our path brought us here for a reason. And now I know why. The past is here, and it must be met before the future can be set in motion.
More Jedi speak. Care to explain?
No. I've wasted enough time with you. Sleep, murderer, and be silent. I need no distractions. A critical moment approaches.
So yes, purposely no interruptions from me there. That scene was too good for me to interrupt. Very memorable.
Something is drawing me here. Something ominous. Familiar. Oh, no.
I did not expect to see you again after the day of your sentencing. I thought you had taken the exile's path, wandering the galaxy. Yet you have returned. Why?
Ooh, so someone from Nadius's past.
It was not my intention to come here, Atris, or see you again.
Yet here you are. Perhaps you do not know yourself as well as you think. Regardless, your arrival here begs an explanation. Have you come to face the judgment of the Council, as you did so many years ago? Are you finally willing to admit that we were right to cast you out?
Let's quickly choose here. I've kind of already decided on a path to take here, so That'll keep this scene flowing a little bit better. So, moving on from here.
The council exiled me out of fear, of Revan, of me, of what we represented.
You sought adventure, you hungered for battle, you could not wait to follow Revan to war. The Jedi Order asked only for time to examine the Mandalorian threat. They urged caution, patience, and you defied them. So when you returned, you were brought before us. You were a Jedi no longer, and so you were exiled.
Let's also add a little bit of drama and history here.
I also recall you wished me imprisoned, or worse.
There was much about that day that was difficult to forget. Your words, your defiance, and when you stabbed your lightsaber into the center stone. I have kept it, so I would never forget.
Kept it? Stole it, you mean?
I have always kept it, as a reminder of what can happen when your passions dictate your actions. I have kept it, so I would never forget your arrogance or your insult to the Order.
Insult to the Order? You insult me by carrying it.
Then you misunderstand its meaning while it is in my possession, and what it now represents. But I am not unsympathetic to your feelings. Leaving the Order must have been difficult for you. Yet you gave the Council no other choice. You gave me no other choice.
So, with what Kreia told Nodius about what the Council may have done, I think Nodius' anger will rise a bit here.
The Council was weak and ruled by fear.
And you were ruled by hate, aggression. That is not the way of a Jedi.
And if that means, if being a Jedi just means surrendering, I will choose not to be a Jedi.
Every choice we make, whether we know it or not, sends echoes through the Force. It can awaken feelings, ignite passions, hate, anger, fear, where none existed before. By meeting aggression, by serving as an opponent against which the Mandalorians could test themselves, you fed their hate, their lust for war, and it sent a terrible echo through you. And because of it, you and those Jedi who met them on the battlefield lost their way, and you turned on us.
I did not lose myself on the battlefield. I found much more of myself there.
No, you lost yourself, and you lost your way. It is the price of action without reflection. It is what we were taught as Jedi.
Right, let's see if we can turn it around a little bit. Show the hypocrisy of the Council.
Hesitation and pacificity are also strong emotions. Ones we should also guard against.
There was no guarantee that marching to war would have saved the Outer Rim. In fact, quite the opposite.
Sure, we could have waited, but defeating the Mandalorians after they had already won would have been difficult, if not impossible.
There are victories other than physical ones. The real victory lay in
the triumph of pacifism? Surrender?
Do not twist my words. A physical victory is not the only victory, or the only loss.
I think here we can show a big failing of the Jedi in their pacificity.
If you trust only in the Force to settle events and disregard the need to act, the Mandalorians would rule the galaxy right now.
You do not know...
No, I do not know. I have only my experience to guide me, and they tell me that the Council was wrong.
How dare you? The Mandalorian Wars should have been your grave, and Malachor 5 is where you should have died.
Those are some very un-Jedi-like words, Atris.
I did nothing to you, yet you hate me. I can feel it. Why?
You see shadows where there are none, and hate where there is none. You are blind, as always. I tire of fighting with you. You lust for war, and you always will, and you have succeeded in distracting me from my questions. So answer me. If you cannot seem to admit the Council was correct, then why are you here?
I am looking for my ship so I can leave Telos.
Your ship? Ah, the Ebon Hawk. It is not your ship. Unless you are admitting to the destruction of the Paragus mining facility.
Yeah, Nodi is not going to lie here, but he is very much... everything is going according to plan.
The Paragus destruction was necessary.
Necessary? The destruction of Paragus was necessary? You have not changed. Acting instead of thinking, putting yourself before the galaxy, before the Jedi. Do you know what you have done?
I know I put Telos in jeopardy, but I had no choice in the situation.
No, your crime is much more than that. Without the fuel from Paragus, Citadel Station cannot maintain its orbit. It will crash into the planet and its destruction will echo across 20 other worlds.
20 other worlds? What do you mean?
Telos was a test to see if the Republic could mount a restoration effort on the Outer Rim. When it fails, the Republic will not finance another. The other Rim worlds, devastated by the Sith, will remain graveyard worlds, devoid of life. And that is the magnitude of your crime.
Ooh, let's outsmart here.
It's almost as bad as the Jedi letting the Outer Rim die during the Mandalorian Wars.
So you still hold to your flawed convictions. If you think to anger me, you are wrong. How is it that you are not content to confine your ruin to yourself? You must spread it to others wherever you go. Ruin yourself with your actions if you will. But when your actions bring harm to others, then you must answer for it.
So I get blamed for the actions of the Sith, then?
The Sith? What do you mean?
The Sith. They came for me on Paragus to kill me.
You speak truly. You have encountered the Sith. I can feel the scars on you. And you encountered them on Paragus. But what would they want there? They can't have been looking for you.
The Sith believe me to be the last of the Jedi.
You? If they thought you were Jedi, the teachings of the Sith blind them indeed. I am the last Jedi, not you. You betrayed our teachings, our beliefs, the very core of the Jedi Order. If these Sith attacked you, they will soon realize their mistake. And if you escaped, they most likely let you go to see if you would lead them here.
I think you can show the Jedi General side of Nodius here a bit.
They are actually stronger than you think, Atris. At least one Sith Lord stands with them. And they fight much differently than the Sith of the Civil War. They feed on your own strength. The stronger you are, the stronger they will become.
Whatever force they can bring to bear, it will matter not. If they face a true Jedi, they shall fall.
Your grasp of tactics is questionable.
We shall see. For now, the perspective on your situation has changed. I have your ship. I will return it to you. You must leave here before you place us in jeopardy.
And where can I find my companions? I'm not leaving them in your care.
You shall find them north of here, in one of the old irrigation chambers. They have not been harmed. They are free to leave as well.
Alright, let's say goodbye with suitable scorn.
Then I'd better be going. And if you steal from me again, you will regret it.
Take your ship, then. I don't care where you go, just leave this place. Leave Telos.
We shall remove him, mistress. Come with us.
Fine.
Are you all right, mistress?
The exile brought up feelings best left forgotten.
Forgive me, mistress, but I must ask. The exile, I've never seen another affect you so strongly. Did you care for him once?
The Jedi have no such attachments. As always, he will do as he wills. And the galaxy, and the feelings of others, can burn for all he cares. The day we judged him, I stood in the chamber, and he was so right. He was so certain of it, I doubted myself. He chose Revan over the Jedi, over the Council, over... But now I am tired. I must meditate.
Of course, mistress. I will tell the others you are not to be disturbed. And please, do not exhaust yourself. We can attend to matters here.
No hatreds indeed.
That long discussion, well, Nodia's action brought him a little bit closer to the dark side. For standing for strength, for standing against fear, and need to act without hesitation.
Why have you approached me?
I had some questions for you.
You may ask.
Some questions about your mistress, Atris.
The mistress? What of her?
What can you tell me about her? Things that I don't know.
She leads us. As she rebuilds Telos, she rebuilds the Order, and through them, the galaxy.
And how does she plan on doing that?
We serve the Jedi. We do not question them. Yet, Atris has told us that the work here at Telos may pay for similar efforts in many worlds along the Rim that were destroyed when the Jedi turned on each other. She has said the Jedi Order needs such a foundation if it is to rebuild. She faults the teaching of many of the Jedi Masters as the spark of the Jedi Civil War. Atris has said that if Revan and Malak had been properly instructed in the ways of the Jedi, they never would have fallen, and nor would you, Exile.
High talk from Atris, considering she never had a Padawan.
Atris has chosen instead to focus her efforts on galactic recovery. Once the galaxy breathes again, disciples will come.
Atris knows nothing. She will transmit her ignorance to anyone who follow her.
She predicted you would say as much. She seems to know you quite well. Perhaps you are the one who knows nothing.
And it is the wise man who admits they know nothing. But it sounds like a challenge for me.
I would welcome a chance to instruct you. I have been anxious to teach you many principles of combat ever since you invaded this place.
Invaded? Teaching? Explain.
Oh, yes. We train extensively in various combat styles, and we have not had another target for some time. You may prove a pleasant diversion.
I could use a good sparring match, I suppose.
Very well. Follow me, and we shall see if you have the endurance to learn the most basic of our teachings. Before we begin, are you familiar with the Chani traditions?
Does it have anything to do with you wanting me to disrobe?
All duels between us shall be without armor of any kind. There shall be no restrictions upon our movements or upon yours. Your feet are not to leave the training mat during the battle. If they do, you will lose. Also, this is not a fight to the death. Restrain your instincts when we fight, and we shall do the same.
I understand. Stay on the mat, no armor, no striking to kill.
The fight will be with hands and feet only. No stimulants, shields, weapons, or other items. Also, do not call upon any Jedi techniques during our contest. If you do, then the battle will be over. In turn, I will not use our higher forms, for this is only an opening battle between us, a test of each other's strength.
Very well. It's not my normal suit, but I am as ready if you are.
Then let us begin.
Oh yes, a good old hand-to-hand fight where we are not allowed to use fancy force power, so this is gonna be tricky, since we are not good in melee fighting. Yeah, we are going to get pummeled here, I fear.
This will teach you.
Because yeah, unarmed combat is not our thing.
This will teach you.
Yeah, wow, 36 damage, yeah, we're screwed. Guess we can only win this by thorough luck. Or cheating, eventually. And I lose.
You have fallen.
I've had enough for today. I'll be going for now.
So yes, this is probably something for another time. Something where we're a little bit more prepared for this. I'm sure there's ways. Anyways, let's pick up our friends and then, yeah, next time we will talk more with these strange white handmaidens. And reflect on the many discussions and such. I really like these scenes. in this place, because yeah, they are very emotional between all characters. The one between Aten and Kreia as well as the one between Atreus and Nordius Khan here. So where would our friends be held? This place is quite a maze. Well, there's a planetary shields surveillance system. That's alright, that's T3 and 4. We are not picking up T3 and 4. Where are our friends? I guess they're on the other side. Our friends are on the other side.
Did you find what you came for?
That depends. What was I supposed to find here?
There was something from your past here, something unresolved. I feel we did not come to this place by chance. You were led here. This woman who resides here, she did something to you once, something that hangs upon you still.
That's a C. Let us just say, Trey, that she was the one of the council who cast me out of the order and wanted to punish me even further.
I see it now. The act has left its marks. Be warned, unresolved events from our past can create wounds in the present and the future. And more importantly, they can distract you, weaken you. It could prove fatal against the enemies we face.
Yes, and the woman Atreus here is one of the Jedi. One of the council, as I said before.
There is a Jedi here, perhaps, in that you are correct. Yet there are no students, and this woman, this Atreus, surrounds herself with those who cannot feel the Force. Curious.
Aren't the handmaidens her students?
No, her servants are not Jedi. Their minds are walls, trained to resist tricks of the mind. This discipline blinds them to the Force as well, even if they were Force-sensitive.
How do you know that? Did you try and use a Jedi mind trick on them?
Invade the mind of another? It is not something done carelessly, or when there is nothing to be gained.
Atreus, he has plans. Plans on healing the galaxy, rebuilding the Order. Foolish plans.
Plans are fragile things, and life often dashes expectations to the ground. Perhaps students will come to her in time. For now, she is surrounded by those who cannot feel the Force.
She means to harm me, I feel. I may have to kill her in time.
Killing such a one could prove difficult and unwise. Yet she distracts you, that is clear, and that may be reason enough. Such distractions could prove fatal against the enemies we face.
You are a cunning one. How would you end such a distraction?
Direct action is not always the best way. It is a far greater victory to make another see through your eyes than to close theirs forever. Yet all that lives feels, and where something feels, there is weakness.
And what is her weakness then?
Why, you, of course. You are the gravity around which all her actions rotate. You exert a stronger influence than you know. Be her foil, her challenge, and eventually she will see things your way.
I will consider this. For now, let us go.
Very well. Let us depart.
What exactly happened to Aten? Did they do something to him?
He's only sleeping. It seems the journey here has fatigued him.
He can sleep back on the ship. Now, let's go.
I am sorry, General. I must have lost consciousness in the crash.
Well, this is a bit too cruel. I think these two are a bit too hard, so nothing to apologize for. It was an explosion. Are you healthy?
I'm fine, General. Even power has been restored to my arm. What is this place? Where are we?
A Jedi Academy of some sort, concealed in the northern poles of Telos.
This must be where I had detected the energy readings before, and the drain to the restoration shields. This room, this place, it looks part of a huge polar irrigation system, possibly planet-wide, like the one on Coruscant. I had been told by the Republic that it was not in use.
Are you well enough to travel, then? We need to leave.
I am, General. If you wish, I may travel with you, or join you at the ship.
I actually think we want Atten and Cray. Oh, well, I think Atten is tired, so... Come then, I could use your help.
Very well, General.
2 members of the party, yes. So I'm thinking, this is turning a bit of a long one. I am kind of tempted to take these two along, but I think we need Kreia more. For reasons. I'll see, maybe Beado's better on the ship. So I'll take Atten along. Oh, we gained some light side. Oh, now we're not all dark side again. Anyways, this has been a long enough episode with lots of revelations, emotions flaring and all that. Well, join me for the next part where we'll explore this place and then leave on the ship. Our Ebon Hawk owls again. Good day.